these things could show up. And they are starting to show up. And thank you, Lexi, for helping us with that. I want to show you something, and this is something that we have never shown. Okay, this is the first time we have shown what I'm going to show you today in this picture today. Some people don't believe that, still don't believe, you know, even after they see that, yes. I can't hear what she's saying. At what point? Go back to the PC projector, please. Look, okay. Well, could you just let's save that till the end, and then we'll explain that. And I may address it, but I heard your question. Let me get to this first. Okay. This is a picture that we acquired recently from a former coworker of Dr. Reed's. And I wish I could show you the whole thing at once, but for some reason the resolution's not. I'm just going to have to pan around it. But if folks can see, this says December 1995 on this calendar. Okay. Here's a picture of his dog Susie. It's about 5 till 9 o'clock in the morning. This is Jonathan with his legs propped up on a desk. Now I want you to notice something here. First of all, let's go back to the calendar. You see it says December 1995. Okay. Now I want you to notice something here. You see that badge? Now it's going to be difficult for the people in the back to see, but this is a UW badge from 1995. It has Jonathan's picture on it, as you can see there, and it's a little blurry in this image here, but this actually says UW. Underneath that it says Medical Center. Underneath that it says Psychology, which is the department he worked in. Underneath that there's a serial number. Well, it's his faculty ID. It says 1995 next to that, and it says Dr. Jonathan Reed above the picture. Now, this was actually acquired by, like I said, a former co-worker of Dr. Reed's. This is the timestamp on that particular photograph. That's December 8th, 1995, and that's consistent with the calendar here. There are 7 days scratched off this calendar. The 8th day is not X'd out yet because the day's not over yet. It's still early in the morning. So I'm a little perplexed as to how, you know, this guy has a UW badge from 1995. He's got a calendar from 1995 on the wall. He's got a picture of his dog. It's clearly his office, unless somebody else just likes his dog so much they put his dog up on the wall. I don't know. Now, some of the other things you can see here is this picture actually says University of Washington Medical Center, and if you look at the picture, you can read this stuff a lot better. This is a scanned image. It's being projected from a computer to this. It's not going to be easy for anybody to see, even in the front row. But if you take a magnifying glass to the original picture, you can read that. So these things are all consistent with the fact that Jonathan worked at the University of Washington. Now, if that wasn't enough for some of you people, let me go back to that picture real quick here. I want to point something out that I forgot to point out. There's something on his finger right here that you won't be able to see in this picture. You can see it's there for people in the front, but I'm going to go to another picture of it so you can see it. But there's a ring on his finger there. Now, what is that ring? Well, let's just see what it is. Let's first go to this image. Can anybody see what that says there? Anybody want to tell? PhD. Thank you. Okay, let's see what this says. Can you read that? 1980. Okay. Let's take a look at this. This is the inscription. It says JBR Reed. Okay. And oops. I'm going to try to get you the rest here. This resolution change has screwed me up here a little bit, but that's all right. We'll get to it. Let's look at this picture. This says the University of California, Los Angeles, and you already see on the left side here it says PhD. On the right side it says 1980. On the rear inscription it says JBR Reed, and that's the ring that he was wearing in that picture. That's his class ring from UCLA, his PhD class ring. So now, if that's not enough for y'all, Remember, Jonathan said that he went to San Diego State, and that's where he received his teaching certificate in 1996 or 1976, rather. And so we're going to show something here. This is another first photo that we're showing. Does that guy look familiar to anybody? Yeah. Let's take a look and see what's at the bottom of this. Can everybody see May 76 there? This is a picture of now, unless somebody thinks that Jonathan rolled back time, made himself 30 or 40 pounds lighter, much younger, and donned a graduation outfit, and then time-stamped a photograph from May of 1976. This is consistent, again, with what he has told us. So, you know, there are still people that, you know, they're just not getting it, you know. We're just going to have to keep slapping more of their faces with this stuff, I suppose. I don't know. These are, now, does anybody think that these are important? I mean, does this corroborate the case well? I mean, anybody think it doesn't help corroborate the case? Okay, that's a good point. Dr. Reed, when this all happened to him, shortly after it happened to him, all of his records were expunged. His electronic records from the University of Washington. As I explained, remember, I went to the University of Washington payroll department, and they said there was no Jonathan Reed that worked there. Well, all of his academic credentials, his work credentials, his bank records were all expunged, gone.
Who would want to discredit him?
Gosh, I don't know. You stumped me there. Okay. Let's go on now. I think I've given people some things to think about there. So let's move on to something that I think is incredibly important, and I want to make sure we get this in. Roll the second video, the videotape labeled number 2, and it should say blink. Now what this is, no, the second video, not the same tape, a different tape 2, second tape. That's okay, no problem. What we're going to see, we hooked up with Jaime Maussan, as some people might know. Jaime did a presentation partly on this case at the International MUFON Symposium in Anaheim, California. And this is one of the things that he produced as corroboration for this case. Okay. Is this the second tape? No. Take that tape out and put tape number 2 in. Okay. Make sure it's rewound, please. In any case, we gave Jaime Maussan, who, other than Art Bell, is the only one who has copies of this original video evidence. It should have a 2 in the little rectangle on the left. This doesn't look right. No, that's the analysis footage. That's like tape 3 or 4. Hang on, let me... Hold on, folks.
Oh, come on, the dark side of shadow government. Well, if